This is the beginning of part 2 of the video on how to create a real estate listing feature in your DotNetNuke website. Okay, so of course there are no properties yet. Let's give it a try and add one new property. Let's click Add New Property. And okay, we can select property type. Say that this is a house. The address will be, let me put something here. Suburb, let's say Sydney, state. Well, you know what? To be honest, I'm not versatile in Australian states, but you're gonna forgive me for that one. I'm gonna put price, let's say 500,000. Number of bedrooms, number of bathrooms, garage, and here we can put some descriptions. So that's the intro. Let's say that this is a nice home in Sydney. This is the short description, and this is the long description. Okay, again, the date itself is not that relevant for our test. You can say that if it's featured or not, if it's approved or not. There are some workflows that can be set up as well with the module. And if it's published or not, I'm gonna update this. I'm not gonna add photos at this point. I'm just gonna hit updates, but there's already an option that you can update and edit photos. So I'm gonna click update. Now we have one property listed. Let's have a look at how this is looking like if I'm not logged in as admin, as a super user. So I just loaded Internet Explorer. I'm just gonna click restate listing. Okay, so here's the property that I have just uploaded. There's no pictures. I haven't added any pictures, and it's set as featured property. Now I can select. I can try the search option, and let's say it already shows that there is one house. So I will click there. I'll hit search. Okay, it's showing me the property. I can go back to main. So it is quite straightforward to get it up and running and have something ready very quickly. Now, of course, we need to make some adjustments here. We need to make some changes. I have to be able to change the property types, to change the suburbs. So let's give it a try and see how we can go about managing those aspects. Let's go back in the admin view, and I'm gonna go back to the module. I'm going to the pull down menu. Okay, it has a bunch of editors. So there's an edit property types. Let's give it a try there. Okay, perfect. So I can see here land, house, villas, and I'm assuming that I will be able to manage them from here. Yep, there's an edit here. There's an add new property. So let's say that we want to add apartment here as well. So I'm going to click add new property type. Parent type. If I want to have a parent type, I don't. So here's the name, here's the description, just an apartment. If it's published or not, allow properties or not, and if there is an image associated with that property type or not. I'm not gonna select that. I'm just gonna click update, and I'm gonna add another one, which will be a condo. I'm going to add new property type. It won't have a parent. It will be just condo. Description, is published or not, allow properties. I'm just gonna keep everything checked. Click update. So I have added 2 additional property types. I'm going back to the main screen, to the main page. I'm assuming that under property type drop down, the new ones have been added, which they are, apartment, condo. And we have them also here under property types, and we can filter the listings based on the property type right away here as well. Let's give it a try also and make some change to the suburbs. let's make this compatible with Canada. So let me go there to the drop down to the action menu, and I'm assuming that there must be something here that will allow me to edit the suburbs. Let's have a look. Prototype, custom fields. Okay, so let's give it a try on custom fields here. Now, if I select there, I'll be able to see the custom field, the additional fields that were created. I can add more fields, but I'm not going to explore that right now. I'm just going to change the suburbs field. Let me edit this. And there's a fields element standard drop down. Many different types of fields that you can work with. Let me change this and put something more Canadian oriented. Okay, so I made some changes here, put some Canadian cities, some Canadian neighborhoods. So I can also specify the default value. Let me say that Toronto will be the default, and it's published. I'm not gonna change anything else at this point. I'm just gonna leave it as is. I have just changed the different options. So I'm going to update this. I'm going back to the main page of my module, and I can see already the new suburbs. Now, you can also view the details of the property. If you click on full details, you're gonna go to a view that shows the property details here. You can also, because I'm logged in as a super user, as admin, I can edit this property and make change to it. Now, let's say that you want to change some of the terms used in the template. For instance, you don't want this to be called property type. Let's say you want it to be called property category, or you want to call it cities instead of suburb. So property type is what I would call, it's a core field. It's a field that is available, if I'm not mistaken, regardless of which template you are using. But suburb is a custom field, so we will have to change them in two different places. Property type, we're going to be changing that under edit layout settings. So here we have property label. I'm gonna call, yeah, that's property, but instead of type label being property type, I'm gonna call this property category, and the plural will be categories. So we have typed the label and the plural label. That's it. So let's save this. Again, lots of different options here. I'm not going to be exploring every single one, just what I would call the main ones. And again, if you are interested, you can really buy the module and explore option by option. But our goal here is straightforward. We just want a simple listing. Let's click update at the end. Now we have changed, instead of property type, it's now called property category. Select property category. Perfect. Let's change this as well. Instead of suburb, let's call this city. So to change that, suburb is a custom field. We're gonna go back there to the action menu, and we are going to edit custom fields. Now from here, we can see suburb. There is a name and a caption. In our case here, I'm just going to change the caption. I'm not going to change the actual name, or actually I can give it a shot. Let's call this city. And that's basically it. Let's leave everything else the same. Let's update this. Let's go back to the main view. And now we have city. We have the different cities here. So basically this is it for now. We have tried to have implemented a simple property listing feature in our site using the property agent module from Ventrion. Again, as I told at the beginning, this is a very flexible module. You can use it to do pretty much any type of listing. Lots of flexibility in terms of layout, in terms of how you can organize this. Lots of options. Again, very, very feature rich. And in most likely in a future video, I'm gonna explore a little bit more in depth some of the most interesting features of this particular module. But it's definitely a nice module, a very flexible module if you want to list pretty much any type of listing that you want to do. And again, leverage what they have already available here. They have cars, they have real estate, and they have some other ones here that I'm not sure what they would be useful for. But yeah, very good module. Give it a try. Here is the cost. Ventrion works in a membership type of setup. So if you engage their membership, you're gonna have access to all their modules, including their source code as well. Very good deal. Okay, thank you very much, and that's it for now. Bye.